Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with former Singapore #1 men's singles player Ronald Susilo as he makes a comeback to inspire the next generation. And we give you all the stats and facts ahead of the leaning BWF World Championships in our tournament preview. We begin our show in the island nation of Singapore. The tiny republic is located at the heart of the Southeast Asian region. This part of the world is steeped in badminton tradition. Countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia and Thailand have contributed to the sport's legacy and continue to do so. Although not as decorated as her neighbours, the appeal of the sport hasn't escaped the Lion City. One man more than any in recent times has brought Singapore to the elite level: Ronald Susilo. The former national men's singles #1 was a quarter-finalist and the country's flag bearer at the 2004 Athens Olympics.
To be an Olympian is already a proud achievement, I would say. Like I say, we are small nations, so to be included in the Olympics is very far beyond my imagination. It was great, representing Singapore, and to be a flag bearer is even, it's another proudest moment of my life. Yeah.
The Indonesian-born shuttler retired in 2009, but is now on the verge of a comeback as he bids to repeat former glories at next year's SEA Games. Now a proud father of two, his preparations for his return are very different from the first time.
Yeah, definitely now my life has totally changed. Last time as an athlete, my responsibility is just to myself. I train, play badminton, play tournament and so on. But now having a family is a different story. I have to juggle between work and family. So it's not easy, definitely. But I'm enjoying the process because having kids it's a blessing from God, I would say.
Ronald Susilo spent most of his childhood in Jakarta, Indonesia, but hails from Kediri, an Indonesian city in the province of East Java. During those tender years, Ronald was already active in sports. It helped that his father was a former national table tennis player, but Ronald's flair for badminton meant any thoughts of following his father's sporting path wasn't an option.
Yes, I do like the sports, and like I say, I competed in some tournaments, and people give feedback, the coaches give feedback, to me that, I really have, the potential to become a good player. So that's why the interest grew even more, and that's why I started to, train intensively after that.
By the age of 14, he joined Jaya Raya, one of the country's premier badminton clubs. It proved to be short-lived though. At the end of 1993, his parents decided Singapore, with its focus on education, was the best place for him. Alone and away from family and friends, these were testing times for the teenager.
At first, when I came to Singapore, the first month it was like, yes, it was tough. Sometimes I cried myself in the room quietly because I miss home. I miss my family. But after some time, I know that I always remind myself that I'm a big boy. I came here for a purpose, to study, and I don't want to disappoint my parents. So that's where I become stronger mentally and everything. And I know that, in the end, I have to live by myself.
Although badminton was no longer his main objective, he easily dominated the sport at the school's level. His dominating success brought him to the attention of the Singapore Badminton Association selectors. Once his schooling had been completed, he was offered and accepted a place at the National Training Centre. But adjusting from part-time to full-time athlete took some getting used to for Ronald.
So early morning, I have to travel very far from Bukit Batok to Guillemard Road, and then train, and afternoon, it was so tired, I have to travel back. By the time I reached already quite late in the evening. So basically the everyday routine was like that, After a few months, then when my conditions got back, I kind of get used to it, and it just become a normal, like a working job. I mean, this is my job anyway, this is my profession. So I take it one step at a time and get used to it.
Within 3 years, he was realizing the potential that the country's administrators had seen in him. In 2002, Ronald became the first local to reach the final of the Singapore Open, beating big names like India's Pullela Gopichandh and Indonesia's Hendrawan. His first title came the following year as he clinched the Thailand Open. But 2004 was when Ronald was at the peak of his powers. His accolades that year included a semi-final finish at the prestigious All England, a second title at the Japan Open, and finishing in the last 16 of his first Olympics held in Greece. Ronald faced Chinese ace Lin Dan in the first round of the Summer Games, and while it appeared daunting to most, the Singaporean was quietly confident.
When I first received the draw, when I first heard about the draw of the Olympic, first round I meet Lin Dan, wow, I say, oh, very, very challenging, very tough, I would say. Because frankly speaking, Lin Dan, since 2003 onwards, he has always been a champion in every tournament. If not champion, at least runner-up. But frankly speaking, facing Lin Dan, I'm not really afraid because I still can read his game. The stroke, everything, I can read. I have no problem. Yeah. It's just that I need to be very, very patient because I really cannot kill him that easily. So that's, my strategy was just to return patiently, control the game, let him make his own mistakes. That's all. And it worked.
Although he eventually lost out to Thailand's Bunsak Ponsana in the quarterfinals, it remains one of Singapore's best achievements in the sport. An unfortunate spate of injuries plagued Ronald for the rest of his career, and he retired after the 2008 Beijing Olympics. After sitting out for close to 6 years, Ronald is now gunning for one last hurrah and is determined to help get the winning mentality back among Singapore's current crop of players.
I will try my best for SEA Games. Whether I can make it or not, that's another thing, but I'll just try first. So I hope that by me getting involved again, training the young ones and everything, I hope that they can show some results, and then the young ones will follow up, so that there are always a continuations. I just hope that badminton can pick up again.
Ronald Susilo's contribution to Singapore's badminton history is already set, but he is determined to write one more chapter. Whether he is ultimately successful at the SEA Games, the nation will be glad to have such a fierce competitor back in its ranks. Time for this week's question and answer. Can you name the doubles pair who won their first World Superseries title at the 2014 Yonex Open Japan? We'll give you the answer after the break.
From India, Kusala Venkata Sindhu, the two athletes, the World Championship bronze medalist.
I think there's hard work, and there's also, you need to be independent. You should not depend on one person, you should be yourself, and I think you have to always be focused.
She's the new giant killer, if you like. 18-year-old from Hyderabad, won her first Grand Prix title in Malaysia in May, and as she's been termed in the Indian press in the last couple of days, the Dragon Slayer.
I think for me this is only the starting, and there's more way to go, so I need to be always down to the earth, and I need to practice hard and work hard. It's not just, okay, one tournament I won and it's not just over, but there's more way to go on.
She's a very, very good player.
Very attacking, very calm under pressure, and is definitely one of the shining stars of Indian badminton.
And a mega star in the making.
You need to enjoy your game, whatever you play, and if you feel that's your life, then I think you'll enjoy every moment.
What a match, what a performance, and what a moment for PV Sindhu. Everybody, there is a standing ovation in the stands right now as PV Sindhu has pulled off an incredible achievement.
When we get back, we give you all you need to know ahead of the leaning BWF World Championships. Don't go away. Welcome back. We asked you before the break to name the doubles pair who won their first World Super Series title at the 2014 Yonex Open Japan. The answer is Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. The Japanese duo claimed their first World Super Series title at the 2014 Yonex Open Japan in front of a delighted home crowd. They took just 49 minutes to overcome their compatriots Miyuki Maeda and Reika Kakiiwa 21-13, 21-17. The training, the sweat, the hard work, and triumph. The battle lines have been drawn, and it's time for the action to begin. Baller Up Super Arena in Copenhagen, Denmark will play host to the 21st edition of the Leaning BWF World Championships later this month. 400 players from across 5 continents will compete for one goal: to be crowned champion of the world. The previous edition of the championships in Guangzhou saw 5-time champion Lin Dan of China claim the men's singles title, beating arch-rival Lee Chong-wei in a 3-set thriller, with the Malaysian champion retiring from cramps. Lin Dan's non-qualification in the 2014 BWF World Championships means there will be a new king in the men's singles. Having fallen at the final hurdle on 2 occasions, this may well be the world #1's year.
Yeah, I lose in the World Championship in the final in Lindan. I think it's a 3-game, and I think it's the last few points I have my leg had cramp, and I think I lose in the World Championship because I want to win the World Championship. I never win. I just 2 times in the final. This time also lose. I think I try one more year.
Lee's run-up to the finals could be met with some stumbling blocks in the form of last-minute entry Simon Santoso. The Indonesian shuttler got the better of him to claim the Singapore Open title earlier this year. At the opposite end of the draw is China's Chen Long, who will be keen for a win after a disappointing year. And with the withdrawal of Japan's Kenichi Tago due to injury, Indonesia's Tommy Sugiarto's quest for men's singles glory just got a little boost. Hometown hero Janne Jorgensen is also among the favourites. He will open his campaign against Belgium's Maxime Moriels and could potentially meet Lee Chong-wei in the semi-finals. The Danish shuttler is looking forward to some home crowd support.
When you have a World Championships on your home ground, it's very special, and especially in Denmark because there's so many years between, and last time was in '99, so I'm really looking forward to that.
In the women's singles category, #1 seed Li Sherui of China will be looking to avenge her 2013 World Championship defeat to Ratchanok Intanon of Thailand. The #4 seed created history in Guangzhou by becoming the youngest player and the only Thai ever to win a BWF Singles World Championship title. The other seeded players in the women's singles category are Wang Shixian, Wang Yihan of China, and a resurgent Saina Nehwal of India, who recently defeated Li Sherui at the Star Australian Open. Lee could run into Nehwal in the quarterfinals and Korea's Sung Ji-hyun or Thailand's Intanon in the semi-finals. The 16 seeds in the women's singles have a first round bye advantage. The battle for men's doubles supremacy could come down to the leading 2 pairs, the title holders and #1 seeds Muhammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan from Indonesia, and Korean sensations Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Yeon-seong. The Indonesian duo claimed the men's doubles title in 2013, beating Denmark's Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen. Contenders in the men's doubles draw are #4 seeds Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa of Japan, who were part of the 2014 Thomas Cup winning team. 2010 World Championships silver medalists Koo Kien-kiet and Tan Bun-hyung have reunited for this year's tournament and will be a pair to watch out for. The seeded players from the men's, women's and mixed doubles events will also have first-round byes. The women's doubles event also promises to be a star-studded affair, with China's Bao Yixin and Tan Jinhua clinching the #1 seeding ahead of hometown favourites Christina Pedersen and Camilla Ritter-Yul. The 2013 Women's Doubles World Championships winners and #4 seeds Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli will be gunning for a third consecutive title. Giving them a run for the title will be #3 seeds Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi of Japan. China's Olympic champions Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei are also a pair to watch out for. Indonesia's Gracia Poli and Nitya Krishinda Maheswari will enter the tournament with confidence after securing the women's doubles title at the Chinese Taipei Open. Moving on to the mixed doubles, China's famed shuttlers Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei enter the tournament as top seeds. Teammates and 2013 World Championship runners-up Xu Chen and Ma Jin are seeded at #2. The duo fought a closely contested game against Indonesia's Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir last year, and will be hoping for a podium finish this time round. The 2013 winners unfortunately had to pull out from the tournament due to Tontowi's ankle injury. Commonwealth Games gold medal winners Chris and Gabrielle Adcock will also be looking to keep the winning momentum going. Other big names to watch out for are Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen, who will be keen to make an impression in front of home fans. So the stage is set for what promises to be a cracker of a tournament. High-octane action, drama, and entertainment. Badminton Unlimited will be on location throughout the tournament, and we will be bringing you all the updates from the competition on our upcoming shows. Let the games begin!
Well, the fans are very much getting involved to welcome their hero onto courts.
The last song I listened to is Stavros, the finishing. I almost ruined my speakers with the song. The last music album I bought was probably the DOT. My last holiday destination was Bali last year. Last week I've been to cinema to a Swedish movie called something, The 100-Year-Old Man Who Jumped Out of the Window and Disappeared. I tend to buy a lot of expensive gifts for myself, so every year I would say something like a coffee machine or something else. Yesterday I cooked some pasta with vegetables and some tomato sauce. I get scolded every day by my coach.
Oh, inspired piece of play from Schwebler. That's brilliant.
After the break, we spotlight Su Tek-zhi, an ambitious young player hoping to become the face of Malaysia badminton after Lee Chong-wei. For this week's ranking, we look at the women's singles. The top 3 spots are occupied by the China players, with Li Xue-rui at the top of the pile. The 2 Koreans in the top 10 rise a place each to 4th and 5th respectively, resulting in Ratchanok Intanon's fall to 6th. Thailand's Bontit Purana Prasatsuk moves up a spot to 9th. And rounding up the list is Spain's Carolina Marin, who has dropped a place. Don't forget the rankings are updated every Thursday, so log on to www.bwfbadminton.org for the latest information. He's the top men's singles player in the world, the most consistent shuttler of his generation, and the face of professional badminton. In Lee Chong-wei, Malaysia has arguably its biggest sports star. But when the 31-year-old hinted that his days as a player may be coming to an end, many in his country were wondering what's next. Who would replace this extraordinary talent? While Lee's retirement is not likely to happen until after the 2016 Rio Olympics, the search for his successor is heating up. After winning the singles title at the Asian Junior Championship last year, Su Taek-zhi has emerged as a possible candidate to step up as the nation's flag bearer in the men's singles category. The 19-year-old was in Jakarta for the recent Aztec Indonesia International Challenge when Badminton Unlimited caught up with him. The confident youngster was keen to tell us about his Asian Championship success.
I became aware of the Asian Junior Championships when I was 15, and since then I've been focused on competing in that tournament. At 16, I was very disappointed when I wasn't selected to represent Malaysia. At 17, I didn't participate as I represented my school, Bukit Jalil Sports School, at the ASEAN and Asian School Games, which took place at the same time as the Asian Junior Championships. So it was only when I was 18 that I finally competed. I knew that not only it was my first time, it would also be my last, and I had to grab the opportunity. I was very confident of winning as I have been training hard for this event the last 3 years.
Now firmly part of the senior national setup, Su is mixing with his idol Lee Chong-wei. The 19-year-old has been taking the opportunity to watch and learn from the master.
Training with Lee benefits us young players as he passes on his wealth of experience to us. We learn how he moves around the court and the shot he uses during practice sessions. There is much to learn from Dato' Lee Chong-wei, and having him with us during training helps young players like myself who have just come up to the senior level.
The youngster from Selangor is known for his aggressive style of play and his thunderous smashes. It is this high-pressure, intense play that he used to good effect at the Malaysian Open Grand Prix Gold earlier this year. The quarter-final finish was the furthest he has gone at a major senior tournament. Although he lost his momentum when he came up against the more experienced Simon Santoso, Su has shown he can hold his own among the top players.
I need more experience at the senior level, so with more games and tournaments, I will improve. As long as I stay focused and train hard, I am sure I will succeed.
His performances on the senior circuit have helped shape his reputation as the next big thing in Malaysian badminton. But perhaps the most noticeable aspect of his weaponry is his mental strength. He possesses a single-minded determination to achieve greatness.
My target is to win the Olympic gold. I will work hard to achieve this. As long as I stay focused and be disciplined, I believe I can become the first Malaysian to win an Olympic gold.
Aggressive, confident, fearless and talented, Su has a burning desire to succeed at the highest level. As Lee Chong-wei contemplates his future, it seems Malaysia has one upstart who isn't afraid to at least attempt to fill his shoes. Remember the name Su Taek-zhi because he won't let you forget it. Before we head out, let's find out what's happening in the world of international badminton in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we catch up with the world's number 15 ranked women's doubles pairing from Thailand, Dwananong Arunkason and Kunchala Vorovicichyko. See you next week.